everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be some book predictions, 5-star book predictions. Basically books that I think I will give 5 stars to, which I don't do super often. It's usually around like, I don't know, like 7 to 15 books max a year. Which now that I say that out loud, it does sound like a lot, but about like 10%-ish of my reading will make it to my best of the year. So I wanted to make a video just having fun, you know, beginning the year. We're taking things a little lightly. And yeah, I made a list of books that I'm either planning on reading this year, and I do think I will give 5 stars to. Either they're part of my Goodreads reading challenge or just my general TBR. And then some books are maybe going to be published this year or in the future that I think I will love. And then just more books that I've had on my shelf for a really long time that I think I will love, so maybe it would be time for me to actually put them higher on my TBR and actually read them. Let's start with some books that have been on my shelf for a really long time that I haven't picked up for whatever reason, but I think I will give them 5 stars. By the way, some of these books I have literally no idea what they are about, not these ones specifically, but I mean in this video, and then sometimes it's just a feeling. I feel like I'm gonna love them. We're just going with the flow here. But the first book is something I picked up at, I think, a library sale, or was it Value Village, like years ago. It's probably in a haul 3-4 years ago at least, that I picked up Magician Apprentice, which is old school fantasy. I think it's from the 80s. 92? I thought it was 82. Okay, maybe it's not. Is it still old? I mean, it's almost 30 years old. I picked it up a really long time ago. I remember looking up on Goodreads. It had good ratings, so I picked it up. And I have yet to actually read it. It is not that big. It's a mass market paperback, which I don't read a lot of. It's almost 500 pages. But it's the classic orphan teenage boy that becomes a magician, which I'm a sucker for that trope. Well, the magician learning magic trope. So I know I will most likely like it. The ratings are really good on Goodreads. I've never heard anyone talk about it on BookTube, like not even once. So I'm assuming it might be good. I also have book 2. They were both there, so I just grabbed them. I saw Magician, you know, all it took for me. So yes, I do look forward to reading it eventually. When will that be? I don't know. I am planning on doing a video about either witches or like magic school and stuff like that. So maybe I should like pick it up to include it possibly in this video. But yeah, I have a feeling I will give it 5 stars. I feel like it's probably going to be an extreme or the other, but I do think if I go with an open mind, I think I'm going to really enjoy this. I think the funny part is whenever I do finish these books, looking back and being like, no, it was not a 5 stars, or yes, it really was. Another one that I don't know a lot of, but it is a very well-known book. Oh, squirrel. The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury, which is I think they're all short story-ish, all connected. I believe you're following a couple expedition to Mars and then just seeing people trying to survive there. I think that's what it is. It is a very classic sci-fi. I have this like weird edition. It's like a weird size. Like this is a normal book. It's like square. It has decal edges, but I feel like I keep seeing everyone raving about this on like classic sci-fi list. And I have yet to pick it up. It's only 250-ish pages and it's written pretty big, but I don't know, for some reason, I'm kind of scared of reading it. I do think I will enjoy it, but I'm scared a little bit. I don't know why. It's probably why it's been, again, on my shelf for a while now, but I am looking forward to reading it. Again, the ratings on Goodreads are really high, so I have a good feeling with that one. Another one that I think will break my heart and make me cry, and that I will give it 5 stars probably for that reason, is Still Alice, which I know there's a movie. I haven't watched the movie. I haven't read the book. The reason I haven't picked it up, like I said, is because I think it's going to make me cry. You're following this woman who is, I believe, a university teacher or professor, and she's really smart, and then she is diagnosed with Alzheimer, and so I just know I'm going to cry. That's yeah. But I'm sure that most of the books that I cry reading end up being like favorites of mine, which makes sense. Which, by the way, if you have read any of the books that I'm mentioning and you gave them 5 stars, let me know, because that you know, might convince me to read them. I'm scared they won't be 5 stars, but I do think it will be. And then once I read the book, I can actually watch the movie. I was trying not to include like super obvious picks, like for example, Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. We all know that even though this is the scariest book ever, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. Like 99% of the time when I read Brandon Sanderson, it's gonna be 5 stars. So I didn't want to include these kind of books, or even this third Skyward book, which I think is gonna be called Nowhere. I believe it's supposed to come out this year. If it comes out this year, I will most likely give it 5 stars. Let's be real. But one book that, a new book series by V. Schwab is coming out possibly this year. I think that's what it said on Twitter a year ago too. And the first book, I don't think there's a title, but it's going to be the Threads of Power, I believe, series. It's in the same universe as the Shades of Magic trilogy, which I overall enjoyed. I had some issues with it, but I do love the magic system. Like, it's 4 different Londons. There's like magic. It was interesting, and you're following apparently side characters, which I do love the side characters probably more than the main ones. So I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. There's not even like a cover to show, but whenever it comes out, I will read it, and I do think I will give it 5 stars. Let's look at a couple books that are part of my Goodreads reading challenge. I think I will give 5 stars too, because there are a couple. Some of them I know literally nothing, but I just have that feeling, / I've seen some reviews or just people that I trust giving it 5 stars. So it is what it is. In the fantasy category, there are 2 that I think I will give 5 stars to. The first one is The Bone Shard Daughter, which is the first book in a fantasy series, adult fantasy series. And I believe there's magic in it. Bone shard magic, which I have no idea what that means, but I don't want to know anything else. I just have that feeling, and I want to keep it in. I think I'm going to be reading this hopefully in the first half of 2021. I'm super excited to read it. And yeah, I just have that feeling. So far, there are only like 3,000 ratings on Goodreads, but there are very, very positive. So I think I'm going to give it 5 stars too. Another one is Black Sun, which again, I don't know anything about it. I just had a feeling. This is fantasy. It did not win the Goodreads reading challenge at all. There are only 5,000 people that rated it so far. But the ratings are positive. People seem to like it. And there's magic in it, which again, I'm pretty easy with this. So yes, I think I'm going to give it 5 stars too. I have that feeling. In the sci-fi category, I added it last minute to my Goodreads reading challenge. My library has it, so I decided what the heck. I was recommended to check out the audiobook, so that's what my name is listed for the waiting list of the audiobook. It is Hench. And all I know is that sci-fi, and I believe someone said it is a bit similar to the TV show The Boys. And I think someone said something about supervillain, possibly. I'm going to go into it pretty blind. The reviews are a little divided. People either love it or they're like, no, not at all. But I think some weirdness in 2021 could make me give it 5 stars. We're just going to go for it. And I thought I would throw just some nonfiction in here because it's fun. And I don't tend to give them ratings, but just a category that I think I'm going to love these. The Gene, which has been on so many lists for so long. And I don't know, it's a little daunting. But I think I'm gonna enjoy this. Same thing with I Contain Multitudes, which I have been very much into gut bacteria for whatever reason, so I think I should pick this up. Worst case scenario, I could always get the audiobook at my library to start it. I feel like nonfiction, I really enjoy doing that, like doing both at the same time, like reading the book while listening to it. I feel like I absorb it better, so I might do that with this one. And then the other one is The Emperor of All Maladie, I can't say that in English. Cancer, which is kind of dark to talk about, but I feel like this is a book that I will most likely really enjoy. Again, something that got really good ratings, and I'm just all for it. I think I'm going to end this video here because I'm going to start naming so many books, but I have so many books on my shelf that I am excited about reading. You might notice that I've been trying to really focus on less buying books, which during the pandemic, I can't go on library sales and, you know, Value Village and everything to buy used books. So I have been really focusing on reading either the books that I have on my shelf or utilizing as much as possible in my library. So I will continue to do that, which is nice because I feel like with BookTube, it's easy to get sucked into buying new books all the time. And it is exciting, but like you have to read them too, right? And I feel like I've been doing pretty well about not reading them, although this is probably the most shameful one on this ballot. I've had this one for the longest, but I feel like it's perfect for traveling. You know, I want to keep these Mass Market paperback for that, or the beach. Anyway, maybe 2021 will be the year for it. So this is gonna be it. Let me in the comment section actually what books you think you will give 5 stars to when you read them. Maybe we should make them a priority this year. Maybe, right? Hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in my next one very soon. Bye.